Hello, friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and of course, some wine. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And now it's time for movie and TV news and pulp culture discussion. So first up, the WGA and SAG-AFTRA have reached an agreement to end the writer's strike. Yay! So no word on exactly... I mean, I assume that since it's now signed, they can immediately start writing and all that kind of stuff, so that's great. But no official word on the exact date, but I'm assuming it's right when it got signed, so... It should be good to go now. Now the actors are resuming their talks, or they did resume their talks with SAG-AFTRA on Monday. They have another talk scheduled actually today, so we'll see how that goes for the actors' side of the strike situation.
Well, how about that?
So hopefully, I don't know. Maybe they presented something new on Monday, and then that's why they're coming back to see if they're going to accept what they've telling them about today.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So maybe by next week, everything will be going back to normal. Hopefully. Only Murders in the Building has been renewed for a season 4 on Hulu. This makes me happy. I just finished that season this past week.
Oh my gosh, I really need to watch that.
So, yeah, it's a good time. You do need to watch it. Especially, well, it's good. You probably won't hear any. You've yet to hear any spoilers, right?
No, not really.
That's
Other than what you talk about.
Okay, but that's good that you haven't heard anything about who's done what. Okay, that's good. So
not
you're
at
good
all.
to go still.
Okay.
The Crown on Netflix will split its final season into 2 parts because that seems to be Netflix's thing lately. So you'll have part 1 premiering November 16th, and then the second half premiering December 14th.
That's just crazy to me. In fact, there's probably 5 episodes, and then
each part, yeah, that's usually
if
about how
that,
they split it. Yeah.
I mean, The Crown usually has several episodes, but like The Witcher, 5 and 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
How silly!
It was really silly.
Anyway,
I don't know why they do that. It's kind of dumb, but okay. Kevin Costner's new Western movie called Horizon will be in theaters June 24th. This is another 2-parter, folks. June 24th, and then also the second part will air in August of 24. This is supposedly supposed to be in theaters, so that's why I think this is weird. It's being in 2 parts, only 2 months apart.
oh my gosh.
Maybe that will change. We'll end up being on just, I don't know, a TV streaming service. I guess we'll see. But this is the movie, folks, in case you don't know, that's caused the whole kerfuffle with Yellowstone's filming and everything for season 5 in the first place. So I didn't even realize that he had even started to film this. So, hey, I guess there's a positive thing there. I don't know. If you like typical Westerns, which unfortunately I do not. Rochelle does, but
Yes.
I just do not.
Yes.
And then finally, Chris Rock is going to direct a Martin Luther King Jr. biopic for Universal Studios. So
He's going to direct it?
he is going to direct. I know. He's only ever directed one other thing, which was a documentary on black hair, which I actually did really enjoy. So it'll be cool to see how he does with fiction, and not fiction. Well, it is fiction, but it's a biopic,
Right.
on a real person. So yeah, I look forward to that. I think he's kind of just over. I feel like he's overacting in front of the camera. He's just reached that age where he's just like,
Right.
He doesn't get much work anyway in front of the camera. So this is a good step for him, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. And he just had his. Wasn't it a tour?
Yeah, like a stand-up tour. Mm-hmm. That's
Uh-huh.
true. Yeah, so this is a good direction for him to go. Okay, guys, we are going to go through some movies and TV shows released these past few weeks and get you all caught up with what you can watch out there. So first up, we have The Creator. This was in theaters starring John David Washington, Gemma Chan, and Ken Watanabe. So as a future war between humans and artificial intelligence rages on, an ex-Special Forces agent Joshua is recruited to hunt down and kill the Creator, the elusive architect of advanced AI. The Creator has developed a mysterious weapon that has the power to end the war in all of mankind. As Joshua and his team of elite operatives venture into enemy-occupied territory, they soon discover the world-ending weapon is an AI in the form of a young child. I admit this intrigued me when I saw the trailer. I mean, I won't go, see it in a theater, but once it hits streaming, I'd definitely like to check it out.
Yeah, I think it looks interesting.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool. Then we have Saw 10, or Saw X, however someone wants to say it, in theaters. It is the 10th one, but lots of people are just calling it Saw X. But this stars Tobin Bell and Shawnee Smith. So hoping for a miraculous cure, John Kramer travels to Mexico for a risky and experimental medical procedure, only to discover the entire operation is a scam to defraud the most vulnerable. Armed with a newfound purpose, the infamous serial killer uses deranged and ingenious traps to turn the tables on the con artist. I am seeing this Friday, so I will give you a review on our next podcast, tell you how I like it. Then we have Dumb Money. This is in theaters, starring Paul Dano, Shailene Woodley, Seth Rogen, and Pete Davidson. So this everyday people flip the script on Wall Street and get rich by turning GameStop into one of the world's hottest companies. In the middle of everything is Keith Gill, a regular guy who starts it all by sinking his life savings into the stock. When his social media posts start blowing up, so does his life and the lives of everyone following him. As a stock tip becomes a movement, everyone gets wealthy until the billionaires fight back and both sides find their worlds turned upside down.
I really want to see this.
So, yeah, me too. So, true life story, just was 2 years ago. It's not that, old.
Exactly.
So, they got this movie out pronto, if you think about it.
Yes.
Then we have The Kill Room with Uma Thurman, her daughter Maya Hawke, and Samuel L. Jackson. So a hitman teams up with an art dealer for a money laundering scheme that unwittingly turns him into an avant-garde sensation. I meant to watch the trailer because I hadn't heard about that before, and I forgot to it. But I like all those actors.
Oh, I do too.
And it sounds interesting. Then we have Flora and Son. This is a movie on Apple TV and stars Eve Hewson and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So Flora, a single mother who argues with her son Max to find him a hobby, retrieves a guitar from a dumpster and discovers that one person's rubble can be a family's salvation. This looks cute. I did see the commercial about this for Apple. This looks cute. And Eve Hewson, she's from two shows I did enjoy, which was The Bad Sisters that Rochelle turned me on to.
Oh, right.
She's played the youngest sister. And then also that Behind Your Eyes on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I do like her, so I'm going to have to check this out.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even put the two together.
Oh, that she was from Behind Your Eyes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Just because it was...
Oh, my gosh, you're right.
Because they're totally different characters, so you
Yes.
don't kind of put it... Plus, she had short hair
Right.
in the other one versus the Bad Sister, so I can see why it probably took a minute.
Yeah, it did, but wow.
Yeah.
Both of those were so good.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, for a couple weeks back, we have Gen V. This is a new series on Amazon starring Jazz Sinclair, Chance Perdomo, and Patrick Schwarzenegger. Yes, Arnold and Maria's kid. So the lives of hormonal competitive superheroes as they put their physical, sexual, and moral boundaries to the test. This is a spinoff of the Amazon series The Boys. And this is, like I said, this is the younger generation. I have started it. So far, so good. It is still crazy, bloody, crass, just like the original Boys, but again, the story works. So I have had to look away a couple times, and that's honestly not like me.
Oh my gosh!
Because the stuff that has happened, I'm like, and you think they can't surprise you, yet somehow they still do. They still do. Where my mouth seriously dropped up, and I was like, oh my god. So check it out if you do like The Boys. Okay, so for last week, we have The Exorcist Believer in theaters, starring a returning Ellen Burstyn, and then Olivia O'Neill, Lydia Jewett, and Leslie Odom Jr. When his daughter Angela and her friend Catherine show signs of demonic possession, it unleashes a chain of events that forces single father Victor Fielding to confront the Nadir, how will you say that word? Nadir of evil?
Sure.
Terrified and desperate, he seeks out Chris McNeil, the only person alive who has witnessed anything like it before. So
yeah, I'm excited to see this one. I'm kind of... I don't know how the two kids are going to work out, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah, being that two of them are possessed. Yeah, that is a different twist.
But it still looks good to me. So, and the fact that Ellen Burstyn's in it from the original.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
So.
Yeah, you have to.
I'll have to let you know.
Exactly, because I won't be seeing it. I know. Then we have Fair Play. This is a movie on Netflix and stars Phoebe Dynevor and Alden Ehrenreich. So an unexpected promotion at a cutthroat hedge fund pushes a newly engaged couple's relationship to the brink. I've heard really good things about this. This was a movie that actually was at Sundance. And that's how it actually got picked up for Netflix, was through that movie. So I think I really want to watch it, so I will watch it on Netflix. It's described also as like an erotic thriller, although I've been told it's not really that erotic, so I don't know why they're trying to play it that way. Then we have Lupin Part 3. I'm honestly surprised by this. This is a series I did watch, but I didn't realize it was going to have a Part 3. So they call it Part 3 because honestly, Parts 1 and 2, like Part 1 ended and you were like, there has to be more because of the way it ended. And then you had part 2, which to me ended very cleanly, part 2. So the fact there's a part 3 actually does surprise me, but I'll take it.
It must have been good reviews.
I do enjoy it. So this is a series on Netflix and stars Omar Sy. So this is a retelling of the classic French story about I think it's Arsène Lupin, the world famous gentleman thief and master of disguise. And the disguises are very good, you guys. When you watch it, I was very impressed. I couldn't catch it. You'd think someone my age, growing up, would say Eddie Murphy donning different disguises, but it still caught me off guard. Some of the things you're like, oh, that was him. So anyway, it's a really good story. I like it. Then we have Loki season 2 on Disney Plus, starring Tom Hiddleston, Owen Wilson, and Jonathan Majors. So Loki is working with Mobius. That's a weird. I didn't realize that was his name. Anyway, Hunter, B-15, and other members of the Time Variance Authority to navigate the multiverse to find Sylvie, Ramona Renslayer, and Miss Minutes. Love Miss Minutes. Yes, this is a weekly series, so I've seen episode 1. Love it. Love season 1 of Loki. So
I haven't seen Loki, and I want to. Yeah,
this is honestly, I would say out of all the Disney series off of Marvel people, this one is the best one. Followed closely by WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, which ended up being Captain America and Winter Soldier in the end. But yeah, I definitely recommend starting Loki season 1 if you haven't seen any of it at all. Then we have Pet Sematary Bloodlines. This is a movie on Paramount Plus starring David Duchovny, Pam Grier, and Henry Thomas. So in 1969, a young Judd Crandall dreams of leaving his hometown of Ludlow, Maine behind, but soon discovers sinister secrets buried within. Judd is forced to confront a dark family history that will forever keep him connected to Ludlow. This is a movie I may check out because I did, weirdly enough, like the original Pet Sematary movies from the 90s. So I might check out this prequel on those to see what the difference is on that. Then we have the Kane Mutiny court-martial movie that's on Paramount Plus starring Kiefer Sutherland, Lance Reddick, and Jake Lacey. So a naval officer stands trial for mutiny after taking command from a ship captain he feels is acting in an unstable way, putting in danger both the ship and its crew. Those type of movies, I don't know why they never... It's kind of like how I've never seen Hunt for Red October.
You haven't?
No, it's like some of those movies
show.
I've just... I don't know what it is with submarine type of and ship type of things. I just don't. I don't know. They don't interest me.
Nautical doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't get me. It doesn't get me. And then finally, for last week, we have Totally Killer. This is a movie on Amazon starring Kiernan Shipka, Olivia Holt, and Julie Bowen. So 35 years after the shocking murders of 3 teens, an infamous killer returns on Halloween night to claim a 4th victim. When 17-year-old Jamie comes face to face with the masked maniac, she accidentally time travels back to 1987. Forced to navigate the unfamiliar culture, Jamie teams up with her teenage mother to take down the psycho once and for all.
Woo!
I did actually watch this, just FYI. I won't talk about it actually today, but there's some comedy in there. So if you're like me, who's hesitant on some horror or scary movies, this is for you. This will be a good one for you to watch. Okay, so for this week, we have the Taylor Swift The Eras Tour in theaters. You'll get to experience Taylor Swift's tour covering all of her albums. So that was a very big tour. You saw it all over social media. So yes, if you were like here in Utah and get to see it, this is a way to see it. So that's cool. Then we have The Fall of the House of Usher. This is a limited series on Netflix and stars Carla Gugino, Kate Siegel, Bruce Greenwood, and Mary McDonnell. So siblings Roderick and Madeline Usher have built a pharmaceutical company into an empire of wealth, privilege, and power. However, secrets come to light when the heirs of the Usher dynasty start dying.
Yeah, I was going to watch that. And don't ask me why I didn't. But I don't think that...
Well, it just comes out this week.
Well, that's why. I just saw the trailer.
Oh.
and I was going to try to watch it. That's why. It's not out yet, so that's why I couldn't find it. And then, of course, I saw something shiny and went on to something else.
Oh, so. Right. Of course. Then we have Lessons in Chemistry. This is a limited series on Apple TV and stars Brie Larson, Aja Naomi King, and Louis Pullman. So in the 1950s, Elizabeth Zott's dream of being a scientist is challenged by a society that says women belong in the domestic sphere. She accepts a job on a TV cooking show and sets out to teach a nation of housewives way more than recipes.
So this was a book club book.
Okay, I recognize it as a book. Yeah. It wasn't one I ended up reading, apparently, but yeah, that's cool.
That was a book club book.
Okay. And just FYI, I guess for those who don't know, the Fall of the House of Usher also comes from a book. It was in a book with a different series of poems, but it's a short story basically.
It's an Edgar Allan.
Yeah, yeah. So as well. So if you guys didn't know that, you can go check out both of those prior to watching either of those. Then we have Goosebumps. This is a series. Yes, they've already had many movies, but now they're doing a series based off the Goosebumps books. So we're just all about books here.
I love Goosebumps. Can I tell you? I bought my son every Goosebump book there was. Goosebumps. And they're good. I've even read some of them, and I thought they were kind of scary. So.
Have you seen any of the movies about them?
Yeah.
And you like them, or they didn't really do them justice?
No, they did. They were
justice.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, they had them on regular TV. You know, I guess it was probably Disney Channel when you could watch it for free, and yeah, they were good.
Did you see the one that had Jack Black? Would it be the newest one?
No.
No. Okay. So this will be on Disney Plus and stars Hayden Christensen, Katerina Scorsone, and Catherine Long. So this live-action series based on R.L. Stein's award-winning book series places average kids in a weird alternate reality where they find themselves facing such situations as a haunted amusement park, possessed Halloween masks, and other bizarre and frightening scenarios.
Yep.
Then we have Frasier. This is the revival of the original series. This will be on Paramount Plus, starring a returning Kelsey Grammer and Perry Gilpin. Those are the only two that have been confirmed coming back.
Bummer.
Hopefully somebody else pops in there that will be a surprise. You have Frasier, who heads off to a different city with new challenges to face, new relationships to forge, and an old dream or two to finally fulfill. Frasier re-enters the building in hopes of redefining himself.
I hope Miles comes back.
Right? He has to at least appear a couple times.
I mean, I like Frasier. Like, I love that series. I just feel like Frasier needs his brother to make it funny, to make it work.
Yeah. I don't know why he wouldn't, at least for a couple. I get maybe not wanting to sign up long term for a series,
Well,
but
what else is he doing? I need
maybe
to
he's enjoying retirement.
Gosh,
Who
I need
knows?
to chat with him.
And then finally for this week we have The Burial. This is a movie on Amazon starring Jamie Foxx, Tommy Lee Jones, and Journey Smollett. So a lawyer helps a funeral homeowner save his family business from a corporate behemoth. This looks good. I did see the commercial on this. I do want to see this. Love crotchety Tommy Lee Jones and a funny Jamie Foxx, so I will.
Right. I know. I wanted to see that one as well, so.
I will check that out probably, maybe over the weekend. I got to see what else is on my list, people. Gosh, I swear it grows. You just never know.
I love it.
So that was plenty to keep you busy that's come out these last few weeks. So what we have been watching these past few weeks, we first up want to do a movie review of a cool little movie we saw called A Haunting in Venice. This stars Kenneth Branagh as the returning I can't ever say his word. This is another word I can't say. Hercule Poirot. Is it Hercule? Hercule?
Don't know.
Well, I'm just going to say Detective Poirot because I can say his last name, but for some reason his first name just. Woo. Anyways, this is the third movie in his series. Followed a Murder on the Orient Express and then Death on the Nile. So this is the third movie in that series based off the Agatha Christie books. So this time he finds himself in Venice. He is technically retired and just wants to enjoy life and not, help people solve crimes anymore. But of course, Tina Fey's character ends up pulling him into a new mystery that she is trying to debunk at the start of this movie. So I did enjoy it. I would say I wouldn't say I liked it better than Death on the Nile. I still think that and Murder was a little bit better than this one.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not sure it's because the haunting theme, I feel like it threw me off. It was just kind of so different than what the previous two had in it. I think maybe it's probably what threw me off. I get why they chose to do this story because obviously it came out in the month of Halloween. I get it, but it just wasn't as good as the previous movies. But I did enjoy it. Kelly Riley from Yellowstone is also in this as one of the main leads in it. I thought she did a good job. And I did, and unlike the other two, I did catch on a little bit to certain things of who was doing what, so maybe that took me out of it a little bit. I don't know. Versus the other two, I was surprised because I've never read any of Agatha Christie's books, and although I had seen the '80s Death on the Nile, I hadn't remembered who did what, so everything was a big surprise to me in the end. But I did like the movie. Just I didn't like it as much as the other two.
Yeah. I liked it. I liked the Halloween theme of it, of course, but I was moderate on it. And I think I've kind of been moderate on all of them.
Okay.
I think they're okay. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Agatha Christie movies, or it's like a big Clue game to me. Every time I see them, it's like I feel like I'm playing Clue.
Which I love.
I know you do, and it's your time to watch it again.
That's true.
The whodunit, it was good. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. So, but I would probably give it a 3. What about you? 3 wine corks.
Yeah, I would agree. 3 wine corks is good. Not the greatest, but obviously not awful. It was still an entertaining movie. And it went by pretty fast for its 2 hours run time.
Yeah,
so.
I agree. It went really quickly. So that's always good.
Yeah. So I'm still interested to see where they go next with these movies. If there is another movie, I'm sure there probably will be, because there are many books in her series on this. So as long as they continue to do well, I'm guessing they'll still pump them out.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
but yeah, so that's Haunting in Venice. So for me, what I watched these past few weeks, first up, I did watch The Expendables 4 in theaters. This stars, of course, the returning Sylvester Stallone and my fave, Jason Statham, who, I could read a phone book, doesn't matter. Anyway, the storyline wasn't great. I knew it probably wouldn't be. It's fine. This is one of those few movies I don't go for a story. I go to see men just doing shoot 'em up, action, just having a fun time with each other. And that is basically what this was. Unfortunately, and saying that about the story is fine, but it still, unfortunately, wasn't as good as the previous 3. But I still had a good time watching it. Megan Fox was in this, and I surprisingly liked her in this. I've liked her in other things, but I didn't think I would like her in this, but I did. I actually, her character actually fit, weirdly enough, into this. So it was really good. I enjoyed it. I would recommend watching it only if you've seen the other 3. If you've never seen any of the series, don't jump into it at this point. Please go back and watch it from the beginning, or I do think you'll feel a little lost on who's who. You do have to have seen the other ones prior to this, so please do that. But I would recommend checking this out just for a good time and a quick, like I said, time at the theater. So for this, I'm going to give this 3.5 wine corks. Okay. So obviously I did like this a little better than the Venice movie because it was more fun. But yeah, it wasn't anything, woohoo, to blow my skirt up, so to speak. Then I finally finished Physical Season 3 on Apple TV. It released weekly, so I just wanted to wait to talk about it till the whole season was out. This was its 3rd and final season, starring Rose Byrne, set during the start of the aerobics craze of the 80s. Her character, basically stay-at-home mom. She has a secret eating disorder, and she finds fitness in order to help her gain more control of her life. And it's funny, of course, it's heartbreaking at times. Because of the eating disorder, and just like her life with her husband, her child, and all these extraneous things in her world coming together, and it worked. I didn't like the ending though. I hate when I'm liking the whole series and you get to the end and they just, in my opinion, they blow it. I'm like, what was that? So unfortunately, I like this series and all, but it's one of these ones where I got to the last episode and I was like, don't like this, don't like how it's ending at all. So I would still recommend it. Just know you might be disappointed as I was in how they decided to close out this series, but it's enjoyable. Like I said, it's funny and I was sad, I laughed. It was all the emotions going into this show, so I did enjoy it. So for the series as a whole, for all 3 seasons, I'm going to give it 4 wine corks.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But
okay.
I just didn't like the ending. And then I watched the Lincoln Lawyer Season 1 on Netflix. This stars Manuel Garcia Rolfo as the Lincoln Lawyer. Again, the series is based off the books of the same name, and also the movie that came out with Matthew McConaughey back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So I really enjoyed it. I stopped myself from watching this for so long, and I don't know why. Originally, I guess the trailer about it didn't grab me, but it kept getting such good reviews, so I finally gave in, and I'm so glad I did, because I really liked the Lincoln Lawyer. I liked his mini cases, as well as the series had one overarching case that went the whole season, and then he had mini cases along the way. But yeah, I thought this was really enjoyable. I love this actor, Manuel Garcia Rolfo. I've never seen him in anything else, but he's just a cutie patootie, and I just really liked how he how he acts. And Nev Campbell plays first ex-wife. He also has a second ex-wife, which I thought which both of them are really, really cool. So I would definitely recommend this. I have started. I'm only one episode into season 2, but I have started season 2. So we'll have to give you a review of that once I'm done with it. But yes, I said a big surprise to me on how much I actually did like The Lincoln Lawyer. So I do recommend you guys give it a watch. And then finally, I watched Only Murders in the Building, season 3 on Hulu. Again, this is a weekly drop, so I just wanted to wait till the end of the season to talk about it. But this, I would say this murder mystery solving case wasn't as good as the previous 2, but it was still fun. They were still funny. Martin Short, that dude can just, make you laugh for no reason. So I did enjoy overall. Paul Rudd was the special guest star, as well as Meryl Streep this season. They both did great jobs. Again, season 3 left off with a new murder to take you into the season 4. So it is good they got renewed, because it'd be crazy if it didn't get renewed and they have this other next murder to solve. So I did enjoy it. Like I said, I've recommended this series since season 1. Yeah, it's just a funny, good time. And of course, as you know, as Rochelle just pointed out, I'm a Clue lover. So obviously, anything having to do with mysteries, I am there.
The whodunit mysteries.
Yes, the whodunit mysteries. So this is right up my alley.
Awesome. Well, I'm just going to start out by saying I cut the cord.
Okay. Oh, the TV cord.
The TV cord. I was Comcast for the longest time, and it's just so expensive. But thanks to you, I've been able to see other things, and because of that, I've seen things on, like, I guess it's regular TV. I don't know what you call it, with just the antenna.
Yeah.
But, I still have my Netflix. I still have all the regular streaming services for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, what a joke. So I did it, and I've been wanting to do it for quite some time. So I just had to share that awesome news. But what I've been watching is, I don't know if you've seen or heard of Glow Up, which is on Netflix. But it's this British television show. It's kind of like Face Off. If you've ever watched Face Off, where they create these amazing masks and we're just these characters with makeup. And so it's kind of the British take on this. But these guys, it's an elimination type of contest. And man, these people are so talented with what they do. There were like 8 episodes, and this was the 5th. So I really want to go back. This is 5th season. I would like to go back, because there's a winner, obviously, with every season. This is already the 5th season. So I thought it was amazing. Like, I was just, like, glued to, the talent that these kids have. Kids, they're not kids, but they're young adults,
Right.
So it was really interesting. So if that type of thing interests you, you should definitely, watch it. Again, Glow Up on Netflix. And then I watched Reptile with Justin Timberlake, Alicia Silverstone, and Benicio del Toro.
Okay.
And basically it's following the brutal murder of a young real estate agent. A hardened detective, Benicio del Toro, attempts to uncover the truth in a case where nothing is as it seems, and by doing so dismantles the illusions of his own life. I thought this was really good. I enjoyed it. I thought, at first when I went into it, I thought it was a series. Of course not. It was a movie. I just don't even pay attention. Sometimes I just assume that everything's a series. But it's not. It went by pretty quickly, but I thought it was really good.
Okay.
So, again, that's on Netflix. And then, also on Netflix, I watched Made in America. And I know this came out some years ago, about the pilot that would fly into Mexico, parts of Mexico and Colombia, to bring back drugs and then drop them inside of Louisiana. And he helped kind of start that whole thing. But he was working for the CIA, then he was working for the drug cartel, being the big one, what is his name? I just forgot his name. The big drug cartel guy. Anyway, yeah, the scary one. Not El Chapo, but there's another one out of Colombia. Anyway, sorry. But, I didn't know that story. And Tom Cruise did a great job. He actually played the pilot, so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What would you rate that, since that's a movie?
I liked it. I'd probably give that a 4.
Okay.
Wine Corker.
Okay.
And then I did watch The Last Voyage of the Demeter on Prime. Yes,
Oh, it's on Prime? Oh, you paid for it.
I sure did.
Okay.
I paid for it. I thought it would be good, and it is, it's a chapter out of the Bram Stoker's, vampire book, Dracula, and they're on a ship. So they can't get off. There's nowhere for them to go, and there is this vampire, which I'm not giving anything away, but he comes on board through some crates, and what ensues is just chaos. It was pretty good. I'm not going to say it was spectacular, but it was good. I probably would give it maybe 3.5 wine corks.
Would you recommend someone pay to watch it, or just wait till it's free to stream?
Maybe wait till it's free to stream, unless you have a whole bunch of people. I mean, it's $20.
Okay.
Then it makes it worth it.
Okay.
But if you're just by yourself, I probably wouldn't pay for it.
Okay.
I mean, there were 3 of us, so.
Mm-hmm.
And the feedback from my husband was like it was okay. So,
Okay.
but we're big, Halloween and
right.
scary
Well,
movie
of
buffs.
course.
So it's got to really, come up to our standards. So
Of course
anyway,
it does.
but yeah, so that's it. That's it for me.
Okay, awesome. Now we have some movie trailer talk. So first up is Argylle. This will be out February 2nd and stars Henry Cavill, Dua Lipa, Bryce Dallas Howard, and John Cena. Quite an eclectic mix in there. This looks very stylized. I was telling Rochelle earlier that it gives off vibes to me of Kingsman, if you guys have ever seen that series of movies. I say series, but it's only 2 movies. It's not like there was like a bunch of them. Anyway,
Right.
if you ever seen any of those 2 movies, but it's different directors. So, but it looks very cool, spy-ish, double crosses, but like set with, looks like maybe like a 60s backdrop. That's the feel I'm getting. I don't know if that, maybe about, if that's what you got. But it looks real cool. I'm very down to see this. We always like watching Henry Cavill, and Henry Cavill people watch it because it has a freaking I'd call it, if you guys are familiar with this group from the 80s, a Kid and Play high top fade is his hair in this,
Yeah.
which alone captivated. It's like, you look like that dude from Kid and Play. Anyway, I think this will be an enjoyable movie, so please definitely watch this trailer.
Yeah, I'm in for sure.
To give us your thoughts on that. Then we have Silent Night. This will be out December 1st and stars Joel Kinnaman and Kid Cudi. I am fascinated by this. One, it looks cool. 2, there was no talking.
Right.
I am curious to know if it will be that way through the whole movie, or it's just him, obviously, that can't talk.
I'll bet it's just him.
And everyone else will just be like, why aren't you talking about it? I'm asking you a question. What's going on? And he's just trying to get
But
revenge.
we know why he can't talk.
Well, we know what, yeah, it's true. If you watch the trailer, you do know why he can't talk. But it'll just be interesting to watch this revenge journey on after he's been assaulted, and then he's like going after all these different people, and again, like I said, he's silent.
And it looks like his boy dies, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the trailer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he gets shot in the throat.
Yeah.
So that makes total sense.
This is directed by John Woo. If you guys know any John Woo's films,
That's the one.
he's very stylized. He's very good with action. I've been a fan of Joel Kinnaman since Altered Carbon. She watched him in The Killing.
Yes.
He's just a very good actor, and he's very good at action. So I am on board for this. And who doesn't like an action movie based in freaking Christmas season?
Right?
Hello.
Exactly.
We've been missing that for a while. Like, bring
and
that
I
back.
get the Silent Night.
Yeah, that's a good title, Silent Night. I'm liking that. Like, yes. And then finally, we have Thanksgiving. This will be out November 17th, starring Patrick Dempsey, Rick Hoffman, and Addison Rae. And yes, folks, that is the Addison Rae that is a big TikTok star. That name threw me off until I realized that was who that was talking about. Anyway, now here's another rarity, a movie called Thanksgiving, out for Thanksgiving holiday, but is a scary horror movie.
Yes, a slasher flick
right?
almost.
Yes. I was like, okay, we're trying to switch things up. I have to say, I'm actually slightly intrigued. I know, color me surprised, but I was like, I could probably see this.
And I don't think I want to see it. It reminds me of a Friday the 13th or one of those.
I'll see. And I didn't mind those. I admit I didn't mind those. They did scare me, but I didn't mind them because I was intrigued by what was happening.
The thing is, I've seen all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them all through the years, but I'm kind of over the slasher flick stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so this, it didn't. I'm on the fence. Let's put it that way. If there's a good storyline aside from slashing and killing people, then I'd be in.
Yes.
Then I'd be in. Like your saws that have a storyline.
Right. then maybe, yes. Let's hope so. We never know. Let's hope so, because obviously that's always what keeps me, interested and intrigued. So they'll probably do obviously a bigger trailer. Well, maybe not. This is already coming out November 17th, but they probably will still have another trailer out.
Hope so.
That gives maybe a little more info without giving away too much.
See, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. So, but color me surprised, folks, but I am on board for all three of these. But check them out and let us know what you think of these trailers that are coming out.
Well, okay, that is about it. We're done. That's it for us this week.
You can tell she's done, folks. She's just like, I don't even know what to say right now.
Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Anyway, thanks for listening. We appreciate that.
Sure do.
We had fun and hope you enjoyed it as well. You can give us a review or comment because it does help us out. And you can always also follow us on Instagram at movies_Moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys.